Hello, Happy New Year 2023. Welcome to your Soulprint weekly Pick Your Crystal reading. So, of course, this is for the very first week in a brand new year. And so, from January 1st through the 7th, we have, they're rather all large pieces. So, we have I'm just blue and pink and, oops, green. Take a moment, see which crystal resonates with you. Don't forget, if you are wanting a personal reading, in the description box below, you will find the email address soulprint888@gmail.com. Just send me a message and I will get the information out to you that you need. I am booking now towards the end of January, so it's not too long a wait. Alrighty, here we go. Let's start with the blue, shall we? All right. Okay, we're starting with the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting collection of cards here. So, the new year is often a time of making resolutions and looking for new beginnings and new starts. It is also, I think, in many ways more significant that it is a time to say goodbye to the previous year or several years. It is a time to let bygones be bygones. It is a time to forgive. It is a time to release yourself from situations or obligations or behaviors that are no longer serving your highest purpose. So the story these cards are telling is that you have a decision to make. Either you're in the process of trying to make it, or you have just recently made a decision. And it's been a difficult one because you felt almost as if you did not have the clarity or the insight to be exactly sure which way you should go or the choices that you should make. And it created a fair amount of anxiety and worry and stress. Because you've got the Two of Cups here, it feels very much like the decision you're trying to make has to do with either with some sort of a partnership. Now, saying that, it could be a marriage, it could be a friendship, it could be between a parent and a child. It could be between even something more sort of under the professional realms. Perhaps it's between you and a lawyer or you and another health professional. But there's a lot of worry and confusion and strain that has sort of gone into trying to make the decision that is going to be ultimately the best decision for you. So the Wheel of Fortune is really lovely here, because what the Wheel of Fortune is saying is that there's going to be some good luck. There's going to be some serendipity, a little bit of magic that comes into play with the Wheel of Fortune. Very often the Wheel of Fortune can talk about karma. So one of the plot lines, if you will, that I'm looking at with these cards is perhaps you have to make a difficult decision. It's causing you a lot of anxiety. This has to do with a partnership. And if so, there is a karmic underpinning here. And that being the case, just because something is karmic in our life, it doesn't mean that we carry it through the entire, experience of our life. You can have karmic interactions with somebody that last a day, a week, a month, 6 months, a year. So it may be that part of why you're struggling to make this decision is because you're not really sure about whether or not you should step away from this partnership, or you should, kind of recommit to whatever this is. I'm particularly getting energy pertaining to relationships, but not necessarily romantic relationships, perhaps, parent-child or parent-grandchild. But there's definitely a situation here that you really can resolve by just sort of trying to step back, get some clarity, and have a little bit of faith and trust that if you ask for help, and you always need to ask for help, but if you do, the good luck or the fortune, the information, the messages are going to get through to you and help you make the decision that you're needing to make pertaining to this situation. Okay, and let's take a look at the pink, shall we? It's a really pretty piece of rose quartz. Here we go. 8 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. And the Fool. You know what? If this is your first pick, you might want to go listen to the previous reading, because there's a real similarity or a through line here. It'll be interesting to see if the green crystal also continues that theme. So what we have here is somebody who is feeling, again, sort of a sense of being trapped, a feeling of being indecisive, not having clarity on how to move forward. In this case, though, very often the reason you can't get clarity is because you have fallen into the incorrect belief structure that you have no choice, or you are trapped, or there isn't a way out. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out sort of how to settle for something that in many ways is unpalatable or not working for you. And the 2 of Pentacles here is asking you to review your resources, literally make pro and con lists. Figure out what you're wanting, okay? So this is the thing. You're not being asked to figure out how to resolve the 8 of Swords. You're being asked to make a decision on your needs. And they can be material needs, they can be physical needs, emotional needs, but it's about you taking the time to reflect on what you need. Once you've done that, you're going to be able to access the help and the resources that you need to make that decision or that choice. Once that has happened, the clarity that you are missing in the 8 of Swords is going to become clear. The feeling of restriction is going to dissipate because you have actually started charting a pathway forward. And because this reading ends with the Fool card, this is encouraging you to really start off in this new direction. Take that leap of faith. Take a moment here. Make decisions based on what you want. And then be prepared for that new beginning. Always remember the 8 of Swords is more about self-imposed worry, anxiety. It is about you feeling trapped. And the only way for you to not feel trapped is to simply acknowledge that the trap is of your own making. And when you can step outside of that, you can then start to see other objective ways to move away from that mindset into something that has a great deal more clarity. And again, with the Fool, it's time for a new beginning. And what better time than the first week of the new year? All right, here we go. For those who selected this green crystal. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Okay, now, as you know, the swords are about decisive action. They're about movement forward. They can often be about, legal documents or paperwork, that kind of thing. But in reality, what you're looking at with swords is your thoughts, your ambitions, the the thinking through process, the imagining process. Now, with the Knight of Swords, you're talking about something that can sometimes motion is very swift. And so there are times where it can almost, feel a little bit chaotic. But what you have with the Queen of Swords is somebody who is able to take that and sort of plot that course going forward. So you have the ability to harness in that feeling of chaos and put it into a more workable energy going forward, followed by the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is about sort of getting the job done. It may be repetitive. You may be honing a skill. Perhaps you have decided to take a new class or a course, and it is requiring a commitment of time or energy, but you are prepared to set aside that time and that energy to do what you need to do here with the Page of Pentacles, so that you can move forward. And because it's Pentacles, you're talking about um, news coming pertaining to um, finances. Sorry, I referred to him as the Page. This is the Eight of Pentacles. Same, it applies. What I was saying, I just got the names mixed up. So this is about honing a skill. And I love that it's followed by the Three of Cups, because the Three of Cups is often about community celebration. It's about, a group of people getting together to reflect on and celebrate an accomplishment. So, in its own way, this could pertain to like a lot of different areas in your life. But so you're in a situation sort of that's moving very fast. It feels chaotic, almost a little bit like it might be a bit out of control. But understand, with the Queen of Swords in your corner, you have the ability to harness that and make it work in a very efficient and organized way. The hard work, the repetitiveness, if you will, the gaining the new skills, that's there for you. That's available for you. And with the Three of Cups as your final outcome, you definitely have, some sort of success or accomplishment coming your way. Alrighty, well, there we go. That is your weekly reading from Soulprint for the very, very first week of January 2023. I wish you all an abundance of abundance. Bye for now.